Hello Nina, I'm Fabian. I'm one of the co-founders of Lexx, where our main mission is to make the legal process transparent and accessible for everyone. About Lexx, the way that we make it transparent, or the legal process transparent and accessible for everyone, is in that people can come to us, the general public, any Sally and Bob on the street, and they can ask us their legal question over a messaging style platform. So it's really easy to use, accessible at any time, at any place. And then they sort of get the legal answers from us, so they know exactly what standpoint they're in and what legal process they can take from there on out. If it is the case that they would need a lawyer to proceed with their legal process, then we would connect them to one of our pre-screened lawyers in their region, so they're actually quality assured. And they don't really have to worry about if the lawyer is going to scam them with money problems, or if he's not going to be reliable in the whole process, because we've taken care of that whole screening process for them. Related to the founding process of Lexx, we did it very lean. So we started off just in the summer, so in August. And we always looked how could we do it as lean as possible, and just to move up in these steps, sort of in the company steps. And obviously now, with sort of all the technology we have available to us, it's extremely easy to do something like this. So the way we started, we just made a landing page, then we used Facebook Messenger. The bot development just opened as soon as we sort of did this, so it was perfect timing. So we made a Facebook chat bot, and right now we're sort of moving into we're developing our first phase of our own software. In terms of the actual legal related founding of the company, we also did that very lean. So we're sort of, right now, we're still part of a different GmbH, we're a project of them. And we did that on purpose, obviously, because it doesn't make sense to actually found a company until you've validated the concept with the market completely, because then it's just, we're taking the risk out of ourselves, or putting the risk to the minimum as possible for now. Okay, so this is a funny question that we always get asked. How does Lexx actually produce money? Because we're very customer-centric and customer-focused, our main aim was to always keep it free for the consumer, because there are different options that you can ask a question online, and you have to pay 500 francs just to get an answer within 24 hours. So our aim was to always keep it free, because this is sort of following the trend that we have today in today's society as well. People expect information for free. So the way we actually make money is from the lawyer side, because we sort of filter out through all the different legal cases, and we only give the cases that actually have a legal basis to the lawyers. And then once we have that, we sell the individual cases to the lawyers. This will remain this way until we've sort of built enough of service that we can make it attractive enough to make a subscription-based model for the lawyers as well. But it's always going to be from the lawyer's side, or from a different source, but never actually from the consumers. The amount of questions we get per month is around 50 on average. And with that, we've seen about a 20% conversion rate to lawyers. So 20% of the questions that actually come in have a legal basis to go to a lawyer. Not necessarily that all of them do it, but it would work. But now obviously we sort of kicked back on the marketing of the actual questions, and now we're doing more brand development marketing, because right now we're in our development work of our software, so we don't find it essential that people come in to ask questions. Because one of the problems we found, we were pushing heavily on sort of the asking questions side, but then we saw that there was a large bounce rate. This was due to the people thinking it's unprofessional, as it was just over Facebook Messenger. So we said, okay, we'll switch sort of our marketing strategy, and we'll first build brand awareness, and then once we have our first software out, then we can convert the people that we've attracted into actual customers that will ask our questions. Liability is a big issue in our field, obviously. It's also a big topic that we're constantly talking about. How can we really minimize our risk and sort of make sure that we don't get blamed in the end for a wrong answer that we've given? The way that we've done that is obviously through the AGBs, and the second main way is that when we answer the questions, it's more of a filtering and translation process. So what we really do is we find the relevant information that's to your case, and then we translate it into a way that's sort of normal language. So we're saying this and this can happen. We're not saying, okay, look, we can fight this and now, and this will cost this much and this much. We're really just filtering and translating it. So that means we're not actually liable for any information that we're giving, because we're not sort of assuming something will happen in the future, or we're not actually taking the role of the lawyers in the process. We're sort of developing a new role in the onboarding process before the lawyers actually come into play. Yeah, I mean, in terms of the financials, one of the softwares we use is Bexio. It's a Swiss company. Patrick, he uses this in the agency, so we sort of know how it works. We know how easy it is to use, so that's what we stayed with as well for Lexx. So I think one of the biggest tips I can give to startups is, it relates back to sort of the source of inspiration and the information that I got from a variety of people, is just to go to different events, constantly go to events and meet people, because you're building this network that will then later on be available to you. So this means you meet one person now, that one person then knows 3 other people that can actually are related to your industry, and she will connect you. I mean, we're living in a startup world, or this network is sort of the startup network, right? And what that means is that everyone's extremely open and everyone's extremely helpful. So that means if you talk to one person, they're going to help you get further and connect it to another person. And just by going to 2 events a week, you get your name out there more, and you get sort of sources of inspiration and information that you really need to develop your concept even further. So the next steps of Lexx, we have quite a concrete plan. The plan always changes, obviously, and that's something we try to say. Obviously, we're agile, we're small, we can change. But our main aim is to release our Concept A software by mid-December. Then we'll use that for customer validation for another 4 to 6 months. So until June, July in summer. And then our aim is to go with the traction that we have, with the business plan that we will then write, to go to an investor, and then we'll be able to prove to an investor, like, look, we do have a feasible business plan, because we have this customer validation and we have this business plan. So we need X amount to now scale this to the potential we want to bring it, really. HelloNina, thank you so much for this interview. It was really cool. And I really like the fact that you ask me questions that aren't normal from a sort of a blogging or platform. Normally you always get questions like, oh yeah, what does your company do? Who are your co-founders? But you really you go deep into the questions and really try and figure out what my mindset is like. And I like that. Thanks.